welcome back to another video. If you are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Catalina, owner of Crafts Made by Cat, a small business that sells cute handmade goods. And if you're back for another video, thank you for coming back. This week's video is using up all of my yarn, or as much of my yarn as I possibly can in 1 week. I came up with this idea for this video last week while I was filming my last video, and I thought it'd be a great idea. So here I am going to do it. I've only ever done studio vlogs for you guys where I kind of just do day-to-day videos. This is a little bit different, but I am going to be using up some of my yarn. I've talked about this in previous videos. I'm trying to get rid of my Big Twist Posh, Big Twist Plush, my Baby Bear, my Sweet Snuggles Light, Chenille Home Slim. I'm trying to clear out Fluffy Flex. I'm trying to clear out most of my yarn that I don't use on like a day-to-day basis, so I can make room in my room and get some new yarn as well, because I'm making the switch from Sweet Snuggles Light to Premier and Adorable. So this video is going to be me using up as much of my Big Twist Plush as I can, and I figured out the best way to do that is to use this book. This is the No So Mini Amigurumi book by Jenna Tattoo. She is a YouTuber and social media influencer and crocheter. She goes by CrochetbyGenna's on YouTube and all her social media platforms, and she released this book in February of this year, and it is currently August at the time of recording this. I think it may be September. I think it'll be the beginning of September by the time I post this video. And I never touched this book. So I bought it, I pre-ordered it, got it immediately, and then never really used it. It's just been sitting here. So in last week's video, I did make the cake. There it is. I made the cake right here for my neighbor because it was her birthday. So that's kind of what sparked the idea to use this book up. So I'm going to be using just about this entire book, and I'm going to be crocheting every single item with Big Twist Posh. So there's 40 patterns in here. I am going to do most of them. There are a few that I am not doing. So I have a list of all the ones I'm going to do here, so I can kind of cross them off. I am not going to be doing the capybara because I already make capybaras, and I don't want two different types. That'll get confusing. And I'm not going to make the snake that's in here because I have a simple snake pattern that I already use. So same thing, I don't want it to confuse anybody. I'm also not going to be making the drumstick or the mushroom because because it's just like the popping mushrooms that I just made, so I don't want to make a different one. And then the drumstick and the chili pepper, because I don't think those are really going to sell. But I am going to make the ice cream, the sushi, the strawberry, the macaron, the cookie, the gummy bear, the cake, and then all of the other animals and stuff. So like I said, the entire list here, there's 40 in the book, and I think I have 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 20, 34. So there's only 6 out of this book that I am not making, and it's either because 2 of them aren't gonna sell, like one-offs, and the rest because I already have a pattern like I already use, so I don't want to have 2 different types and get all confusing. So I wrote them all here. I don't think I'm going to go in alphabetical order, to be honest. I think I'm kind of just going to roll with it and see what we're going to do. Most of these, some of these, the colors don't matter, and some of them they do. So I will probably just match it to whatever photo is in this book, if I can. Maybe we will go in order. We'll probably start in order, and then I'll probably just get, you know, the urge to do one of them specifically, and then we're gonna do it. This is going to slow me down a little bit because I do need to measure everything out for every single plushie, because these are all new items. So to figure out my pricing cost, the first one that I make, I'm going to have to measure out to know what to price all of these items. So it's definitely going to slow the process down. I am hoping to do all of these by the end of this week in this one video, so that this video does not get postponed or anything like that. So I'm just going to start in the beginning, and we're going to start with the Brontosaurus, which was that dark green that I just showed, the dark green that I just showed you. It looks like a dark green, maybe right there, maybe. I'm not really sure what that is. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm probably just going to clip every time I finish a plushie and kind of update you guys when I have to. But other than that, I'm just going to show you guys every time I finish a plushie. So there's going to be a lot of cuts in this video, but that's alright. And we're going to see if we can get all of this done with Posh so I can use up some of that yarn. Okay, so today is the next day. I got a little sidetracked and busy a little bit yesterday. I got 3 of the items done. First item I did is the Brontosaurus. So it's just laying, a lot of these patterns in this book are laying down, which I think is so cute. So this is the Brontosaurus. I just made him in like a dark blue color. See, little Brontosaurus laying down flat. So cute. So I made him. And then I made the bear. This bear came out so small and so cute. I think I definitely want to have a couple more of these, maybe in other bear colors as well, because they were so small to make. So adorable. So also laying down, cute little tail. Adorable little. I need to add his snout, the little black yarn. I need to add that to it because I did not do that. And then last night, I made the tiny jellyfish. I did mess up on like the frill of the jellyfish. I misread the pattern. So there's supposed to be, I think, 8 frills or maybe 9. I actually have 12 because you're supposed to skip a stitch and it's like spread out a little more. It still works. It's still cute. I just know that I messed it up a little bit. So like if I were to make more, I can do it correctly, but I don't have to. I mean, it looks just fine like this, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, so those are the 3 items that I made yesterday. All solid colors, so like just no mixing anything up. Today in about 2 hours, I think. Yeah, like an hour and a half. My little sister has class, so I'm going to be out and about for a while, but until that time comes, I'm going to keep crocheting, and I'm going to make this cute little raccoon. He's a few different colors, so I'm going to make him, wow, I'd rather do like multiple colors at my desk and then save the single colored plushies for anywhere else that I'll be crocheting. So I'm going to make this raccoon, and I think maybe if I'm gone, I have some computer work to do, but aside from the computer work, I don't know if I'll get it all done or whatnot. I think I might make the bunny because the bunny is like an all light gray. I'll bring it with me. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do it or not. But we're gonna see how many things I can get done today. Probably just a couple again. I'm not really sure. Again, I want to do all of this entire list here by the end of the week. So I'm sure we'll be able to get that done. But I'm going to go ahead and make the raccoon in the next hour and a half before I have to leave. Okay, so it is the next day. It is currently Wednesday, August 27th. Yesterday, I did mention that I went out to Starbucks because my sister had class yesterday. So I did bring some items to crochet while I was out at Starbucks. But I did continue crocheting after I got back home. So I'm kind of just going to show you guys what I got done. First thing I finished is this fox and this like carrot type orange. Still going with all Posh as of right now. Everything I am making is still going to be Posh for as long as I can. I did run into a problem, but I'll get to that in a minute. So cute little laying fox. And then I finished this at Starbucks. And then in the car, I made the majority of this bunny. I didn't finish in the car, but this bunny I started in the car on the way home. So it's got the little gray floppy ears and the white little tail. So cute, so adorable. And then I finished that at home, and then I made just 2 smaller things to kind of just add to the items I was finishing. I'm working on everything that I had made up until this chick were big items, so they were taking me a good 30 plus minutes per plushie, so I was only getting a few items done at a time. So I made this cute little chick, mostly yellow, of course, 2 little hands, which is so cute. Pretty simple, very easy to make. This guy took, I think, like 15 minutes to make, so very cute, very adorable. And then I also made the mouse. This is going to be very similar to the opossum that is in this pattern book as well, but I did just do the mouse because I already had the light gray out from the bunny. So cute little mouse, and that is what I finished yesterday. And today I'm having a bit of a slow start. Going to Starbucks again because she's got a second class today at the same time. I was going to do some computer work, but I'm kind of thinking of doing a like mini series on Instagram and TikTok about like planning for, I want to do a plushie launch. So if you don't know, I do sell my plushies online. I sell on Facebook Marketplace. I sell at markets when I sign up for them. And I also have a website as well. And everything that is on my website and Facebook Marketplace, I have marked as made to order in the title. So like on Marketplace, it says made to order, and then it says crocheted mini duck and frog cat crocheted plushies. That's what the title would say. So the first thing you see is made to order, so that when people message me or order it on my website, if that is the case, they are aware that there could be a processing time. So on my website, when you go to click like that section of crochet plushies, right now all I have is crochet plushies, but I used to have like other things as well. And I plan on bringing new items, which I'm very excited about. I just haven't gotten into it yet, so right now there's only plushies on there. But like if you choose a category on the shop page of my website, at the top of that page there's like a banner and it says processing time. I can update it whenever I need to, but it's set at 1 to 14 days for processing, just because most of the time I can get everything done in a day or 2. But let's say I had an influx of orders and I had 6 people order, that last person is not gonna most likely get their plushie completed in a day or 2. So that's why there's a 2-week processing time. And then if things were to get there'd be too many and it'd take me longer, I can just edit my website and change the banner and then change the processing time for everyone else to know as well. And then on Marketplace, I just message them, and I usually give them a window just based off of that moment that they're getting ready to pay, how long it would take to get that item. And even though it says made to order on every single item, I do have tons of inventory that I keep in my market bags for markets. Tons of plushies. I did make the executive decision to get rid of the mini octos, the mini whales, and the mini bees online. I bulk make them. I have like 80 or so market prepped at all times. Not at all times, but like I market prep like 80 at a time when I run low. So I have a huge stock, and I have so many colors, especially the mini whales. I have the most. I have like 15 or 18 different color variations. And just keeping up with that inventory, and every time a market happens, I have to double check when I come back from the market, recount my inventory, make sure that everything was marked properly in the system when like people are checking out, and to make sure nothing got lost or stolen or dirty or anything like that. And it's just a whole process because I have to spread them all out, then I have to set them by each color, and then write down each color to match the inventory. So I decided that I'm just going to have it marked as mini whales, all of them, and so it just has my listing on Square is like 80 whales or whatever I have, and it's just going to be all of them. So when I need to make more, I'll just pick colors based off of what I have in stock and do that. So because of that, not keeping track of colors, I don't want to sell them on my website or marketplace, and they're small and cheap anyway. It would kind of be a waste selling something that small, especially like marketplace, if I have to meet up with someone for one mini whale. Like, I'm spending more money in gas than I am on the order, if that makes sense. So I just cut them completely. I'm gonna save them all for markets, and it works out that way. Anyways, I am getting sidetracked. The point is, I have inventory, so when someone orders something, if I have that stock, I don't make another one. I have the one, I give them that one, and it's immediate, but it's marked made to order just in case I don't have any. So specifically, like, we'll say the strawberry sea turtle, so it'll say made to order. If I have 4 in stock, well, then your order's ready. I gotta pack it up and here you go. But if I don't, I know I can make one in 40 minutes. So also, there's color customizations on tons of plushies as well, like the daisy and sunflower sea turtles. You can choose what body color you want. So the chances of me having a color you want anyway are possible, but probably not. Most likely I won't. It just depends on what color you pick and what colors I decided to make whenever I stocked my turtles at the time. So it doesn't... So they're always marked as made to order, and there's always a processing time. But I want to do like a launch where I have set listings on my website that would be ready to ship plushies, and that's probably what I'd call them in like the categories ready to ship. So I would like to do like a launch where I have ready to ship plushies. So I would take those listings, I would make all the listings as made to order and keep them there, but then I'd have a ready to ship one that would say, that would actually have the stock of the plushies. Most of them are going to be one-offs, so that if you want it ready to ship now, you order that one and they can get shipped out immediately. And then if it sells out, other people can still do the made to order on my website, that listing, if they want it. Just they're gonna pick and purchase a separate listing, and then that would be made to order. So I want to do that, and I want to do like a mini series of me preparing for it. I've made a ton of new plushies lately, including like the Halloween ones, but also all the bigger items that I was making these past couple of weeks, months really. And adding all of these Crochet by Jenna plushies are also going to be added to it. So I took all the product photos and I added all the listings to TikTok and Facebook, but I haven't done it to my website yet. And I'm thinking I'm just going to save them and do that for like the ready to ship plushie launch. And I was going to start doing that computer work at Starbucks and like just not have the listings posted, have them hidden. But then I would just have to do it again with all of these Crochet by Jenna plushies that could be added to that ready to ship launch anyway. So I think I'm going to start the series. I don't know when I'm going to start it. I just need to post more on social media and like start recording everything I do, because I'm really bad about doing that. I'm not sure why. I just need to post more, and doing like time-lapse content and just speeding up all of my clips is not going to cut it. Like, it's not going to get me the views that I need to keep doing this. So I need different types of content, and I know that. There's just a couple things that were holding me back, but I am working on fixing them now. So I think I'm going to start that series, and I'm just going to save that computer work for a future week. My sister has class 2 times a week, every week, for the entire semester, so it's going to be tons of Starbucks trips that my mom has to make, because she just sits and waits for her to be done with class, because it's not too long to where she needs to come back home. And sometimes I tag along just to get a change of scenery, which is I will also be doing again today. But I don't think I'm going to be doing that computer work, because I'd like to save it all so I can add it to the series whenever I get to that point. So I think I'm just going to start the series and just start with, oh, I have some plushies, I'm making more, and then in a couple weeks when it comes time, I will add the listings at another Starbucks trip if I want. If not, obviously I can do it anywhere. So I think I'm just gonna save that. Anyways, it was a very big, very long clip for me to say I'm gonna crochet Starbucks today. Today I am making the dragon. That's the dazzling dragon that is in this book. In the book, it's blue and yellow. I've already used dark blue just on what's in my bin. And these are both like pretty brand new skeins of the purples. So I decided to make a purple dragon. I have the wings, because you have to make those first, and then the feet. Here's two, the other two are already on here. And then you start with the head and you go down. So you can see, got the head, starting the baubles here, working on the body. I think there's just going to be another chunk of the body, the feet, and then the tail as well. And then, I don't know when the wings come into play, because it's no-sew. So I'm not really sure how that happens. Anyways, pretty far into it. I did watch The Summer I Turned Pretty today because it is Wednesday, and I am now watching YouTube as well. I'm hoping to finish this dragon before we have to leave. I have about 30 minutes to finish the dragon before we have to leave, and when we leave, I think I am going to make maybe the Triceratops, or probably the Triceratops, because it's just one color, so it's only one skein of yarn I have to bring, instead of like the mallard duck, where I'd have to bring like 3 or 4 colors of yarn. It just makes it easier when I'm bringing it. I'm still going to bring my laptop in case I change my mind and do computer work there, but either way, I'm going to finish the dragon, hopefully in the next half hour, if I stop talking to you guys, so you guys will see me in the next clip. Hi guys, so today is a Thursday. It is the next day. I am kind of slowing down a little bit, not doing as much as I want to do, unfortunately, but I am trying to play catch up a little bit today. So first things first, I'm going to show you what I did yesterday. Yesterday I was telling you guys I went to Starbucks. You guys did see the dragon that I started on. So here is the finished dragon. This whole book is a no-sew book, but I did end up sewing the wings. I crocheted them into the pattern when you're supposed to, so they were on. I just did some sewing reinforcements a little bit on both of these wings to kind of make them a little more secure here. I actually think I need to do another like stitch or two of sewing down on this bottom one, because it hangs out kind of like that a little bit. But other than that, that's just a personal preference. You don't have to do that. It is no-sew, and I did crochet the wings into the body when I was making it like you were supposed to. I just did a little bit of reinforcements, and I have done that on like some of the feet on some of these other plushies that I have already finished. Sometimes one of the stitches on the feet would get a little loose and it hangs down too much, so I just sew it and tighten it up. Either way, I made this purple dragon. I'm definitely going to make some more of these dragons. I haven't talked about it, but when this video ends, which hopefully will be at the end of the week, which is my plan, but also when I finish all of the patterns I'm going to do from this book, I do want to make some of these patterns in other colors as well. So like some of these old ones that you guys have already seen can stay the same. So like this fox is only going to be made like this, so I can make another fox if I want to, but it's just going to look the exact same. This jellyfish I can make in tons of different colors. I'm not going to, because I do sell my own jellyfish, and I have 3 in stock, and they're just different from this one. So I'm just going to keep this one, but I could make it in other colors. This bunny, even though it's meant to be gray, I could make this in other shades of gray. I could make a brown bunny, I could make a white bunny, a black bunny. There are other colors I can make if I want to. This brontosaurus I can make in any color I want. So I can use this brontosaurus would be one of the items that I can make like 5 of. And it would use a good chunk of whatever color I use of yarn to help get rid of it, which is the whole point of doing this process, and that's the whole point of this video, is getting rid of a lot of my yarn, and this specific video is getting rid of my posh yarn. So some of these patterns I can go back and make just more in different colors and use up some more yarn, because at the rate I'm going, doing this one time is not going to put a huge dent in my posture. Is it taking some away? Yes, obviously, because I am using it. But I just own every single color that they made in Posh from Joann's, minus one. They had like a darker, I think, brown color. Maybe it was a darker gray, I can't remember. That I could not get my hands on. I went all the time, and they never had it in stock. I couldn't find it. But aside from that, I own every single color. And some of them I own 2 or 3 skeins. So I own 2 of the red, the bright red color. I own 3 of like the glow green, which is this guy. I own like 3 of like the tan or like the beige or something like that. So some of this yarn is going to take a while to get through, but I am trying to do this as fast as possible. So I can make this Brontosaurus in a purple, an orange, a green, a blue, this is blue, a yellow, a red, and just use up more of this yarn and just have more Brontosauruses in different colors. This bear I could also make in black and white and other grays and other browns, just like the bunny, and it's still pretty small. This chick, I can make white chicks, but aside from that, like, it's a small item. So I can just make a whole bunch, but I'm actually almost out of the yellow. I did have to end up caking that skein because I'm gone through most of it. So since I'm measuring out my items, I can see what how much I have left and what I have left to make. If there's any patterns that I have to make in yellow, I'll do it. Otherwise, I can just use the rest of the yellow on some more chicks. And then this mouse is just gonna stay gray. I could make a couple more of these. I don't know if I will, because I really don't think they'd sell. But if I mix them like with the opossums and the platypus, I think if I had them all sitting together, that might help. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't really have a plan. I'm just using this book to go through these patterns. So this dragon uses up a lot of the body color. So I could make a yellow dragon, a red dragon, an orange dragon, a green dragon, and a blue dragon, and a pink dragon, and I can just go on and make a whole bunch of different colors and use up a lot of the yarn on this dragon. And these dragons are so cute anyway, I think they would sell. Anyway, so I did finish that yesterday, and then as you already seen, I did go ahead and make the Triceratops after that in just like this neon green color. So cute. So adorable. So I finished that guy, and last but not least, yesterday I made the giraffe. This is what used up the yellow yarn, the skein, enough to where I had to go and cake it up. I do need to secure. That's what I was talking about. So you can see this is just a little too loose, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of sewing so that it stays like that. And I do need to add the little snout lines for the black yarn on here as well. But cute little giraffe. I don't know if I'd have enough yellow to make a second giraffe, but I do have a standing giraffe. I think the pattern was, it might have been AQ Crochet's pattern, I'm not exactly sure. It was paid for, like it was sitting in my drive, and I did end up making the giraffe in Posh, so that's what used up the skein when I started this. And then the second one and the chick is now how I'm low on yellow. So I don't think I'm gonna make another giraffe, just because I now have a laying giraffe and I'll have a standing giraffe made in the same yarn. So cute. And of course the color changing for the spots is obnoxious, as it always is on like giraffes and cows and stuff, so it kind of slows down the process. But we have the cute giraffe, and that's what I made yesterday. And today, so far, all I have done is this panda. Started with the panda this morning. I need to add the snout here, which I'm going to do in a minute because I have the black acrylic yarn sitting on my desk. So I'll do the giraffe face and the panda snout in just a minute. But cute little panda. I'm actually out of white Big Twist Posh. I have been, I think, since the start of this. I was just already out. I swear I had some caked up, but I went through all my cakes and I didn't see it. And I keep reorganizing my yarn, so I think I just finished it. I don't remember. I know what. I finished it on the stingrays. I made the stingrays recently, and I made them all in Posh to help. That's what started the idea of using up that yarn. And I finished, literally it was perfect to finish the bottoms of the stingrays. That's right. So the white in all of these plushies in this video is actually Premium Parfait Chunky. Just because I'm out of Posh, but they're the same size. They're so close in size that it works out. So here's the panda, so cute. And then I just finished the little platypus, so I could take this platypus, the opossum, and the mouse, and I can have them like all together if they come out to be the same price, which they probably will be, because they're similar in size. So I just finished this platypus a minute ago, and then I have started the frog. I have the orange, the mint, and the white out, and I can do 3 of the plushies in this book with just these yarns. So I did the platypus. Now I'm moving on to the frog, and then after that there is a fish in here that I can make with the same orange. So 3 plushies with the same 3 yarn colors before I put the yarn back and then do something else. So I'm working on the frog right now. To be specific, I'm working on this frog right here. And then after that, I'm going to work on this fish. And then I don't know what we're doing from there. I'm not really sticking to anything. Here is my list. As you can see, more stuff is marked off, but still quite a few that are empty. The raccoon, I don't know if I'm going to make because I want to keep the dark gray that you need for the raccoon, but I don't have dark gray in Posh. So if I were to make the raccoon, I would just make it in Sweet Snuggles Light to use up that yarn. So I'll probably just save that for last or something, just because it's not Posh. The possum, I'll probably just make in the same light gray as the mouse instead of dark gray. Some of these are going to be really simple. There's some very small ones towards the bottom of this list that I can just knock out real fast. But a lot of the laying ones take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, depending on what it is. Like the Triceratops took 30-something minutes, I think. I can check right here. I'm not sure. I just know it's on the lower side. It just depends on what the pattern is. Like the Brontosaurus took me 38 minutes. But the fox, because it was color changes, took me 42 minutes. And the giraffe took me 54 minutes because of all the spots. So they're all like the laying animals. It just depends on how much goes into each pattern. And then the platypus and the mouse take me like 15 minutes. The panda took me 40 minutes. So it just depends. So yeah, working on this frog, then I'm going to do the fish, and then I don't know what I'm going to do after that, but I figured I'd just give you guys an update for today. Alrighty, so I am wrapping up this video. It is Sunday night, I'm getting ready to edit this. I did not get to everything, but I got to the majority of what I wanted done. So I'm going to go through and show you guys every single item that I made. Really just because I can't remember exactly what I stopped showing you guys. So we have the lizard in the bright green color. We have the giraffe in the classic yellow and brown color. We have a light gray bunny. We have a dark blue brontosaurus. We have a brown bear. We have a sitting frog. We have a platypus. We have a panda. We have a fox. We have a triceratops in the same green color. We have a small mouse. We have a jellyfish. A chick. A purple dragon, a whale, a fish with weird eye placements that I don't really like, a cow, and a mallard. So those are all the plushies that I finished from the book. That's just about all of them. There are a couple other ones that I possibly wanted to make. I just ran out of time. But this is still very good. I still have a ton of posh left. It's gonna take a while to get through everything, but I will work on it. And I also have the pig that I just need to continue the body, add the feet, and finish it up. But that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!